The problem is that they are not that confident or comfortable to make the transaction or to adopt it. Choice Connect works to fill this very gap. So as a team, as a company, we are creating a distribution infrastructure specifically for financial services to address the perception that exists. Invest today and become rich in 3 months, and that is absolutely wrong. They think of this whole journey as a sprint. It's a 100-meter sprint, which can be executed in 9 seconds, but it's not that. This is a long-term journey. If you invested in some wrong asset class and lost your opportunity for wealth generation, or if you incurred losses there, you would prefer to avoid that. By paying a very minor cost, you understand the value and beauty of building that service, recurring earnings, and money earning, which we are now enhancing by including them in such platforms.
India's financial story is no longer limited to just the metros. It is now unfolding in small towns, industrial belts, and neighborhood markets as well. But the biggest question is, who is building that trusted bridge between financial products and people? Welcome to Market Pillars Uncovered. Today we are speaking with Mr. Atish Jain, CEO of Choice Connect, a platform that focuses on creating a strong bridge of trust between financial products and people. Today's discussion will center around some powerful topics: the evolving role of independent advisors and authorized persons, building trust in India, the difference between DIY investing and advisory guidance, new platforms with multiple solutions, value versus overload, and finally, investment reset mistakes versus winning habits. So let's get started. Hi Atish, welcome to Market Pillars Uncovered. Thank you for joining us on Money TV today.
I'm glad to be here and to be part of this interaction and discussion about the financial space and Choice Connect.
So first things first, we would like to know exactly what the Choice Connect platform does. How are you supporting India's financial ecosystem?
When we talk about India, there are two parts to India. One is the India that resides in urban and metro cities. Then there is Bharat, where people still think differently and work differently. As of today, in terms of penetration, even among India's adult population, it's quite good. We have almost 85 crore of the population. These are the people who, in today's India story, the developed Bharat story, are playing a very big part. But when it comes to how much does India invest in the mainframe of finance, how much it transacts, a very big divide becomes apparent. The problem is not that technology isn't available today. It's not that the product isn't available. The problem is that they are not confident or comfortable enough to make those transactions or to adopt it. Choice Connect works to bridge exactly this gap. So as a team, as a company, we are creating a distribution infrastructure specifically for financial services. Our focus is on how we can take the knowledge of financial products all the way to the last mile, how we can make people aware of which product or service is suitable for them, and also deliver it to them.
Okay.
So this is a human-first approach, which is powered by technology.
So what kind of financial products and services do you offer?
A wide range of products. So we try to manage the entire life cycle of an individual, starting from a savings account. So there are investment products. If someone is a complete beginner, their first investment product is usually a fixed deposit. When they gain a bit more experience, they start investing in different products like mutual funds, bonds, any wealth products, or even equities for exposure. Along with these, they definitely need insurance as well, because risk coverage is also important. We also focus not just on their health or life, but also on covering their assets, like their house or any other assets they may have. And definitely, wherever they need credit, we support them there as well.
Okay, interesting. So of course, after COVID, we've seen that DIY investing, do it yourself, has emerged as a major trend. That's among retail investors. But if we look beyond tier 2 and tier 3 cities, in India, which you were talking about, what kind of growth are you seeing in retail investment there? And for services like yours, since you also provide advisory, you are offering product distribution platform end to end. What is the scope of that in tier 2, tier 3 and beyond?
Typically, in the last 5 to 6 years, the Indian financial market has seen a COVID-like accelerator, something we hadn't even done in the last 20 to 30 years. So we have seen that journey being achieved in just 5 years. COVID is not the only reason. The digital public infrastructure provided by the government of India and the penetration of the internet have definitely helped a lot. But still, we are a country where more than 70% literacy. But when we talk about financial literacy, it's only around 20% or even a little less. And even within that, there's a significant gap due to the male-female divide. The problem is that I am educated, I live in a tier 3 or tier 4 city. Until now, the investment options or financial products available to me were mostly traditional products. So maybe I do get information about new products through the internet or TV, but I don't understand how to execute it. I did download the app, but I don't feel confident whether I've made the right choice or not. When we look at this audience or these people, what we understand is this. If you and I are sitting together and you have this question, if I come to you and explain things to you, say, Karuna, your requirement might be that you are planning for your retirement, or you want to upgrade your house and are planning for that, then I will understand your need. Based on that need, when I plan with you and guide you through the process, you will feel more confident. This is always the case. There is a lot of fluctuation in the financial market. If it is an equity investment product, then there is definitely market movement. If you have taken risk cover, then at any time you might feel anxious or have questions. So they don't want to have to go to an app and post a query, wondering what the answer will be. You want someone you can just call and get your answer.
A bit more for personal relationship and interface.
So here in tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5 cities, we have our entrepreneurs and associates who carry forward these human relationships. We completely power them with technology, which helps us achieve scale. At the same time, we are able to educate them and upgrade their skills as well.
So trust building is one thing that your advisors are doing on the ground, but it also comes with some additional costs. If we compare DIY investing versus investing with an advisor,
definitely within costs, this is a debatable thing. You could say it's a cost or not a cost. But what would you prefer? If you missed out on a wealth generation opportunity by investing in the wrong asset class, or if you incurred losses there, would you prefer that, or would you rather pay a very minor cost and build that service? Today, whenever you use any service, you definitely have to compensate for it. For example, when you take a cab, you pay the driver, but you also pay the platform, not just the cab driver. So for any service you use, there are definitely some charges, but we always try to keep those charges minimal. And when we operate at this scale, we are able to pass on the benefits to our clients as well. Okay, so you balance it out for both associates and clients.
So these advisors you have, do they have product-specific expertise or do they provide a general overview?
Every advisor or associate always has a new core product. For me, my intent should be clear about which product I am building expertise in. The product we have created, the platform we have built, is designed in a somewhat integrated manner. If your expertise is only in one product, it doesn't mean you will stay there. In the first year, you may have studied the basics of accounts or the basics of engineering. As you move forward, you also learn new things. You consume knowledge every day. With every action, you consume some knowledge. You upskill. So the same goes for our associates. Whoever joins definitely starts with one product. But they also want to gain an understanding of other products. And the reason for that is because their clients expect it from them. Their clients expect them to tell them about this product as well. For them, it's always like, please teach us, and they come to us. So we keep on upgrading them in different products and different strategies.
So that training and upscaling, you help them do that.
So we also deliver through a human touch. We do offline trainings for them. We do webinars and seminars for them. And we have a tech platform, have also through which they can learn at their own pace.
For all your partners?
For partners.
Very nice. Interesting though. These days, there are already many platforms in the market that provide multiple services, where you can log in and buy insurance, invest in bank savings schemes or mutual funds, etc. In such cases, there is a risk that you are overexposing and overwhelming your customer. Too much information, but how do they shift through that? So in such a scenario, whether it's your platform or any aggregator, how do they add value?
These days is the era of super apps. Everyone is talking about super apps. When we built the platform, whether it was for partners or associates, first of all, the customer doesn't get that overwhelming feeling.
Okay.
And the more information the customer sees on the screen, the more confused they will become. Here, it happens in two ways. Either the customer's need arises and they come to the associate or our partner to discuss it. So then the partner knows what the problem is and listens. At the same time, if the partner wants to reach out, we do customer profiling and then share recommendations like, yes, now you should talk to the customer about this. Or talk to them about these things. So that controlled dialogue initiation happens. And at the same time, there's also relevance.
But on a practical level, can one advisor really take care of your problems or multiple investment needs? Is it practically possible?
It really depends on the specific skill level of the advisor. Okay, so for example, when we look at our own associates, some of them are highly qualified chartered accountants who are quite young and so on. They have a good educational background, and from there, they don't want to do a job. They want to work in their own city. They want to create their own path. For such people, understanding and delivering multiple products is important. There's no problem with this, but if a problem does arise somewhere, we have our experts sitting in the back end. So if I am an advisor, let's say I belong to a village in Maharashtra and I receive a query, I might not be able to explain it to the customer, but I can understand the customer's query. So they pass on the query to those who are very well versed in their niche products, whether it's investment or insurance, our experts, who then guide the customer there.
Okay.
So the role of this associate is to handle the relationship and have that confidence of the client that we can solve your problem. You don't need to go to 2 or 3 different places. This is a one-stop solution.
Like your foot soldiers on the ground in very less penetrated areas.
I call them our brand ambassadors.
Wonderful, wonderful. One interesting question I had for you is that you have a perspective that many people don't have. Because, at the grassroots level, what retail behavior is like, beyond your own metro even. So what are the 3 retail or investing behaviors that you would want to eliminate and try to solve for the retail investor today in India? So what are the things you are doing to put an end to that?
This is one of my favorite things that I always talk about. What is the problem? Today, whether it's an investor, a client, or any person, they see this whole journey as a sprint. They think it's a 100-meter race that can be executed in 9 seconds, but it's not a marathon. Whether you are doing a job or running a business, it's a very simple example. The wooden chair we are sitting on today, this wood didn't come here in just one day. This piece of furniture, maybe 5 years ago, someone planted a seed which grew into a tree. That tree was then cut down, sent to a seasoning plant, where it was first cut into wood, then treated with chemicals, then dried, then shaped, and finally crafted according to the design and delivered here. So this is not the work of a single day. If you look at any of your investments or risk coverage, these are long-term things. The perception that I'll invest today and become rich in 3 months is completely wrong. No one ever expects that in their individual life. When you start a job, you begin as a fresher, you work hard, get appraisals every year, and get promoted. It's the same in business. Inside, you might start with a business making a few thousand rupees a day and gradually reach 10,000 or even a lakh rupees a day. That happens slowly, step by step. So one of the things I'm able to do, look at it as a perception or adopt this perception that it is a marathon.
There is no shortcut, okay? And are there any retail habits that you would like to change or get rid of?
Second is this one-way factor. Nowadays, we make any decision emotionally. Being emotional is good, but it cannot influence your decision. It has to be the very best. If you stay associated with any investment revenue or any product for a long time with discipline, you will definitely build wealth. But what happens nowadays is, my friend did this, he suggested this stock, so I invested in it. People don't want to do research. They don't want to read. For now, that's fine. After all, it's very easy to at least read a little to see how big the company is, whether I should invest in it or not. It's very basic. If you don't know about a company or you want to invest somewhere, if you look around you, you will understand many brands. If you are a consumer of it and there are many consumers like you, then definitely the company must be doing something good, right? If in any way you can validate your decision. Thirdly, risk mitigation means always ensuring that whenever a problem arises, there is a backup available. Why do you keep money in a safe today? So that if you ever need it at home, you can take it out from the safe. Same. Insurance is still seen in this way, that it's an annual expense. Life and health insurance are definitely there. But will you insure your house? We recently conducted a small pilot program in Jharkhand, where wild elephants come to visit very often.
Okay.
And when elephants came, the houses would get damaged. Now, for those people, repairing their houses was very costly. When we told them that they could insure it, there is a product called Bharat Suraksha, and within that, Bharat Griha Suraksha, which is designed for small value houses or buildings of that size. We got them insurance of 1 lakh rupees for around 200 to 250 rupees. They were very happy. When their claim was processed, they realized that this could be compensated. This is something the entire community realized. Yes, this is a good thing, but spreading this awareness to everyone. There's a big trend here that whenever a new fund comes up, like when crypto arrived, everyone started investing in crypto. Then when chit funds became popular, people started investing in chit funds. Always check which company you are investing in, whether it is regulated and whether you can rely on it so that your money doesn't get lost tomorrow.
These are very, very interesting points, and I think they are especially relevant for Indians. Your platform is unique and quite innovative, doing something that many people haven't done yet. Behind every successful or unique platform, there is always a unique or interesting story. So, what led you to join and build this platform, Choice Connect? If there is such an instance or a defining moment, please tell us about it.
There isn't a single pivotal moment, rather it's a series of small pivotal moments, I think, that contributed. When we started this, it's also somewhat related to my personal life. I come from a small town in the Shekhawati region of Rajasthan. The Joyce group with which Choice Connect is a part, their group CEO. Kodaji also belongs to the same area for me, my last hard-hitting moment, and this is a very close one, as I discussed, when we come from that area. Even for small services in that area, there was a struggle. Years ago, there was a lot of struggle, so things have become much easier now. When we were sitting there in 2018, we were discussing this, financial services. We built such a large platform with so many choices for people. Our focus is on how we can give back to society and the community and how we can grow together with them. That was the year when our own app had completed 2 years, and we had also awakened to the DIY approach and were doing quite well in it. And then we started thinking about Choice Connect, that we definitely have to support the local entrepreneurs. If we support them, just like when we left our hometowns and came here, it was very difficult for us. So if we can support any such person who doesn't have to leave their hometown and who can serve their community and their people by staying there, there's no bigger certification. And we had so many discussions around it, then finally chose to connect with something that we could build and scale in such a way that it would positively impact people's lives.
Good, very noble thought behind the back for the integration that you are doing. So giving back at the same time, but being on the balance sheet on business strategy. I'm sure you also have a personal side. So in your life, is there any interest, any passion or hobby which has also helped you stay grounded, something that has shaped you as a person and as a professional?
By profession, I am a chartered accountant. For me, balance has been a part of my life for so long, given the area I come from. For me, I almost left home after 10th grade. And after that, I stayed in hostels in different cities, traveling a lot for education. When you leave home, you have a lot of free time. And during that time, I really enjoy talking to people. For example, if I'm having tea somewhere, I end up chatting with the tea vendor, asking him what he does. How much do you earn in a day? How do you do it? So this is something that helps me with my experiences. And my learning, because life has just begun, there is so much to learn. So this has definitely helped me to see how differently I am able to think. At the same time, for me, my father was working in Punjab National Bank. Now he has retired. He used to run a post office agency where there were concepts like small savings. So he started earning even a single penny almost 30 years ago, which helps as a family, as the head of the house is also good. One stable earning is definitely coming from the job. And at the same time, money management is also happening. He made me do that work as well since my childhood, in the back of my mind. When we were sitting idle, thinking we would fill out these papers, these forms, that introduction I had at that time also helped me understand the value and beauty of earning money, which now we are increasing by including recurring earnings or money earning on such platforms.
Great. Thank you for sharing your story and your learnings with us. Especially, thank you for talking about insights on how retail investors are investing in India and discussing those patterns. It was great having you on the show.
It has been a very good session. The way you have articulated the questions and tried to draw things out for me that I generally don't talk about, speaking about it has been very, very interactive.
Well, that's why we're here today. Our platform exists so that we can bring your perspective to the investors. So thank you so much.
Thanks again. Thank you.
If today's conversation has even slightly changed your perspective on finance and opportunity, then consider our work successful. That was today's episode of Market Pillars Uncovered. For more powerful conversations like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Money TV, where we bring you the voices of those leaders who are shaping India's financial future. We'll meet again next time. Until then, stay informed.